Hello and welcome. My name is Mark, and in this video we will go through federating the Cloud Portal's IFS or Infor Federation Services Federated Hub to the OneLogin identity provider. This will include configuring authentication and authorization to the Infor Cloud Suite. Businesses may want to integrate with OneLogin as an identity provider because this will enable single sign-on to be used, and that will assist with account management using your corporate sign-on credentials. Here's a diagram showing the high-level architecture of what will take place, federating the Infor Cloud Identity Provider with the OneLogin Identity Provider. There is also an option to automate user provisioning using SCIM or a system for cross-domain identity management. This will be covered in future videos. Let's get started. Open a browser and navigate to the Infor Cloud portal. Log on to the portal with an admin cloud identity account. Once in the cloud portal, if the OS application is not displayed, select the OS application from the navigation menu. On the OS application page, click on the Security tab on the top of the page, where you can also select a security card located on the main page. This will bring you to the user management screen. If you do not have the security tab or card displayed, you will need the IFS application admin and portal content administrator security roles assigned to your user account. In the user's menu selector, expand Security Administration and select Federated Security. Select Federated Security again. Click the plus sign to add a new item. If not already checked, select the box for SAML 2.0 enabled and validate the Authenticate for Infor STS or Infor Security Token Service is selected. Infor STS is an access management solution that provides security access to Infor web applications. The Infor STS option should be enabled by default. Get a copy of the Service Provider Entity ID value and assertion consumer service base URL from the Infor STS metadata. Scroll down to the Service Provider Information section and locate the View button and click it. Copy the Entity ID value and assertion consumer service URL and put in a notepad. Click Cancel. You also have the option to copy the single logoff service from the portal and paste it into the single logoff service field in OneLogin. You will use this metadata information to build the OneLogin application. You will now create the application in OneLogin used for the federation. Access the OneLogin portal as an admin. Select Applications under the Applications tab. Click the Add App button in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. In the Find Applications section, enter Infor Cloud Suite in the search box, and from the supplied results, select Infor Cloud Suite. Provide a display name. We recommend putting the tenant name somewhere in the name field, like Infor Cloud Suite DEM. Click the Save button. Under the Configure Application Details section, paste the Entity ID value from the Cloud portal into the Entity ID field in OneLogin. Now copy the Assertion Consumer Service Base URL from the Cloud portal into the Assertion Consumer Service URL field in OneLogin. You have the option to copy the single logout service from the Cloud portal. You can paste that value into the single logout service field in OneLogin. You will also need to put a value in the SCIM v2 URL field. This is a requirement for the federation setup in OneLogin. It can be any value, and if you want to configure SCIM in the future, you will replace it with the SCIM endpoint URL from the Cloud portal. We will put SCIM endpoint URL in the field as an example. Click the Save button. Select the SAML metadata option under the More Actions drop-down list to download the OneLogin metadata. You will need to add users to the OneLogin application that you want to grant access to the Cloud Portal. Under the Users tab, select Users. Select the user that you want to grant access to. Select Applications under the user. Click the plus sign button and select the Infor Cloud Suite application from the application drop-down list. Click Continue. Click Save. Then click Save User. Note that the accounts using the OneLogin authentication need to be added to the Cloud Portal's User Management Identity Store. Now you can complete the Cloud Portal Federation with OneLogin. Return to the Cloud Portal's Federated Security section and click the From File button. Browse and select the OneLogin metadata.xml file you exported from OneLogin, and then click Import. You will notice the OneLogin identity provider information will be updated in the tenant federation fields, like the SSO endpoint, SLO endpoint, and certificate. Enter a display name for your OneLogin federation. An example would be OneLogin. Note the name will be displayed on the home realm screen once the federation is complete. Click the Save button. Now that the federation is saved, click the back arrow beside Federated Security to return to the Security Administration section. Under Security Administration, select Authentication URL Options. Check the box for Allow users to choose authentication mode and click Save. This will enable the OneLogin icon to be displayed on the home realm screen. It is time to test the authentication to the Cloud Portal. Open an incognito or in private browser and navigate to the Cloud Portal. In the home realm screen, you should now see a OneLogin selection. Select the OneLogin button. Under Sign In, supply the OneLogin account information and click Continue. Supply a password and click Continue. After authentication, the account will be authorized for access and the Cloud Portal will be presented. This concludes this presentation of the Identity and Access Management Cloud Portal Federation to the OneLogin Identity Provider. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to get notified when new videos are available.